Today we're going to be looking at a product called The Wonderful World of Coin Collecting, which was made by a company called the Morgan Mint. The set promises 50 coins from 50 different countries and has a drawing of what a lot of the coins inside might look like. And I plan to talk about why someone would want this set if you're looking for foreign coins, and why I am a coin collector of over 20 years and I felt like I needed this for my personal collection. I flip it over on the back and it has, this is where it says it's actually made by the Morgan Mint. That's a company that's still around, but you go to their website, they don't actually make these anymore. But you can find this particular set on places like Walmart and Amazon for about $20. And if there's something in here that you need, you would probably find some price that it's worth it to you, but that's going to be a different price for everybody. Perhaps you're buying this for self or someone else and who may have a beginning interest in foreign things like coins, or maybe you're an experienced coin collector like me and you would like to know some of the specifics that appear in a collection like this. The first thing I'd like to point out is this set has evolved over time, and I'll explain why I think that is as we get further in here. But if you find this for sale, it might be very different than the one I'm showing you right here. In fact, I know they've made lots of different versions, so you might have something that you see that is completely different than the one I've got. But they're all going to be the same concept, but might have different coins in it. Now, I personally did not buy this brand new. I found someone who had already gone through it and was selling it on eBay, but there are uh, oftentimes this is probably easier to find in new condition where you would pay $20 for it. When you do that, what you get is this book and 50 loose coins, and then there is a spot for these coins on the inside. So let's open it up. Now, I've noticed that some of the coins don't stay very well unless I turn it upside down and then pull it open. And then you see there is another flap here to hold the next ones down. And here we go. Now, it does come with a certificate of authenticity. That isn't really worth anything. If it gives you peace of mind about this, then feel free to accept that. But these are not things that anyone's going to want to counterfeit, I wouldn't think. So one of the pros here is that all of the coins shown here appear to be in uncirculated or brilliant uncirculated condition. So at least you're getting some pretty nice condition coins when you do this. But you're also not getting anything that is particularly rare or valuable. From a numismatic perspective, if you look up the prices of every coin on here individually, and I did that going by book price, there were only two coins in here that have a book value of $1. The first is this on the very left from Zaire/Congo, and then the coin from Romania right here, each book for $1. The rest of these, even though they're uncirculated, uh, were usually between 10 to 30 cents each. I needed to fold that flap out of the way so we can get a better look at this. So I'm only going to speculate on how the Morgan Mint decided to put this together, but I would tell you how I would do it if I had thousands of dollars and I wanted to create the same thing. I would look around to see which coins are out there that could be purchased at a very cheap price. For instance, let's say that you could contact Germany, find a bank in Germany and said, can I get 1,000, or let's say that would be 20 rolls of a 1 Pfennig coin? And then they would send you back. You could probably pay $20 for that and get 1,000 of them. They probably look for uncirculated rolls of coins from all over the place. I don't know how old the specific set is, but it could be as old as 1999. I don't believe there are any coins on here that are newer than that. So just imagine if you could buy these coins in bulk, you would probably get a pretty good price on them. But some of them, like the one from the Congo here, does have a date of 1967. So they must have gotten a good price for it, even though that one is a little bit more valuable than the rest of the ones on here. In fact, I see dealers on eBay who will apparently contact an international bank and come up with a roll of these coins since they are uncirculated and sell them off one at a time. Now, something like that might cost like $5 for a roll of 50. But then if you can sell if it's rare enough and you can sell each one on eBay for about $1 each, then if you give it enough time and you can find enough people who are willing to buy it, you can make a profit off of that. But at the same time, that is time consuming. So what the Morgan Mint here probably did was they found 50 different coins that they could purchase in large quantities. And that's what we have here today. And then after they ran out of them, they went and did it again and used completely different coins, although some of them are probably exactly the same. Now, I will also point out that some of the coins on here are from pretty obscure countries, and so it might take you a while to just in the wild find your first coin from Kiribati. It also includes coins that you might look at and not recognize where they're from, like Nepal, or not even realize that Georgia is a country. It was formerly part of the Soviet Union. And so it's good that these are already all labeled. There are people on the internet who have similar products, but just give you the coins loose, but will advertise it as 50 world coins from 50 different countries. The cheapest one I could find on eBay was about $12, but they weren't labeled. At least in this presentation, you know which countries each of these are coming from. Now, I will say as a drawback, there are some coins in here which are loose, and when I flip this over in a minute, a couple of them are going to fall out. There we go. I just dropped them on the floor. Well, I just lost the coin from Uruguay, so that's the second time that one's fallen out. But 3 fell out in total, and as let me go ahead and put this flat back over here now so I don't lose any more. You can kind of see what it looked like before the coins are put in there. Each of the holes has a drawing so you know which coin goes where. And so we've got this one from Zambia and the one from Bermuda, which also fell out. So let me pick up the coin from Bermuda here and zoom in a little bit. So you see that there is a hog here which matches the hole, and so that's how you know which one would go where. Similarly, with the Zambia, we have an aardvark or an anteater, and you could see which one goes where. So let's briefly take a look at all of the coins that are part of this collection. From Tonga with the corn, we have a 1 centiti from 1996. The second spot, we have Guatemala. That brass coin is a 1 centavo from 1991. I'm going to give you the catalog numbers for the people who are collectors and want to look any of these up. The one from Tonga is KM66. The one from Guatemala is 275.2. From the Netherlands Antilles, we have a 1 cent coin from 1993, KM32. This one was actually new to my collection. Next, we move to Poland, where we have a 50 groszy coin from 1987. This one is KM 48.2. And this is one of those where I'm kind of surprised that they did not pick a lower denomination coin. They do make coins lower than the 50 groszy, so that's kind of impressive. You would think they would find the smallest denomination would be the cheapest to come across, but maybe not always. Then we've got Finland with a 1 penny from 1974. They spell penny different than other places in the world. On the next row, we have Georgia, which you might think is a state in the United States, but it's also a country that used to make up the Soviet Union. That one is a 1 thetri coin from 1993, and it's KM 76. The coin from Finland was 44A because they've also made that one out of a different metal before. Going on to Malaysia, we've got a 1 sen from 1997. That is KM49. So as it turns out, I didn't have that coin from Georgia either. That's one of the tougher countries to find coins from. We'll move on to the coin from Nepal. They've got a number system which is hard to identify if you're not used to it. This is a 10 paisa coin, and it's going to look like a date of 2035, but it's really 1994 because they use a different calendar than we do. This one is KM 1087. I skipped over the Argentina coin. This is a 10 Australis coin from 1989. That was a short-lived currency, which was demonetized a couple of years after that. So you could probably acquire those pretty cheap if you're trying to put something like that together. That's the third coin out of this book that I did not have. That one's KM77. Moving on to Venezuela, this is a 25 centimos from 1990. It's KM50A. Then we move on to the Zaire or the Congo, where it is a 10, or because they speak French, that's what Dix means here. 10 Singis, I think, is their currency. That is from 1967, KM7. And one of the harder coins to come up with in this entire binder, although I happen to have that one. Next we have from Colombia. It is a 10 pesos from 1993. That sounds like a big denomination. That's actually a small circulating coin from the time. That one's KM281. Then we've got Bulgaria. That's a number on a coin you don't see as often. It's the number 3. And this is a 3. Their currency is called the Stotinki. They use Cyrillic, just like Russia. This one's from 1951, so it's probably the oldest coin in this book. That's KM200, KM51. Then we move over to Ecuador. Again, not the smallest circulating coin that they have today. This one is a 2 sucres, and you can see some of the local culture that is featured on that coin. This one is from 1991. It's KM92.2. Then at the end, we have a South African 1 cent coin featuring the 2 birds. This one is from 1996, and it's KM 158. The Uruguay coin, if I didn't drop it as I was opening this side of the book open, would have been a 5 new pesos. They've got, they even have some that are smaller than that, and it's one of the smallest coins in the book. That one is from 1989, KM 92. The coin from Zambia, which we were looking at earlier, is a 1 ngui from 1983, KM9A. Then from Brazil, this is another coin that's been demonetized. It is the 5 centavos from 1989. It's KM612. Moving on, we've got a coin from Slovakia. Their language, that's spelled Slovenska. And this coin is a 10 heliers from 1993, KM17. The Bermuda with the hog on it was from 1987 and is a 1 cent coin, KM44B. This coin from Thailand is actually the next one that I did not have, so that makes 4 in total so far. This Thai coin is a 10 satang. There are 100 satang in 1 baht. And this one is, they don't print the dates on their coins like we do. So it's was made between 1987 and 1994, and it's KM209. So that's the 4th one that's new to my collection. And even though it only has a book value of 10 cents, I'm at the point now where anytime I can pick up something that I don't have, I'm willing to pay more than 10 cents for it. Next, we have a coin from Lithuania. This is another former Soviet country. This is the easiest coin to find. This is the 1 centas from 1991. It's KM85, and there's a 1, 2, and 5 that all look the same. It just, they keep getting bigger in size. Next we have from Pakistan. This is a 5 paisa coin from 1989. KM52. This is the 5th coin in this book I didn't have. Now, we're not going to find as many of them on the second half, but doing good so far. We've got a coin from Croatia here. This one is looks a really nice condition, except for a little bit of toning on it. This one is a 5 Lipa coin from 1997, might be one of the newest ones in here. KM number 5. And then from India, this is the 10 paisa coin from 1988, and it also had a mint mark from Calcutta on it. This one's KM 702. All right, let's flip over to the other side. We're going to start with a coin from Iceland. This is a 1 krona coin from 1976, KM23. This next country, it has St. Helena written on it. If you haven't heard that, this is a pair of islands which are controlled by the British, and the coins actually say St. Helena and Ascension on it. This is a 1 penny from 1997. It is from KM13A, and the fish there is a tuna. Next we have a Czech Republic coin, a 20 Hilaru from 1997. This is KM number 2. And then from Israel, we have an aluminum 1 new agora from about 1980 through 1982. That's going to be KM 106. And then this design here with no words on it is going to be from Guyana. It's a 1 cent. And I didn't want to pull this one out of the binder, but this one is made from 1967 through 1992 and is KM 31. Next up is a country, another former Soviet country that is a little bit rarer to find. This is from Moldova. It is a 1 bon, B-A-N, bon. Plural that is boni, from 1996, KM1. Then we have Romania. That is a 5 lei coin from 1992. It's KM 114. Then we have this coin from Belgium, which does not appear to be rare at all, but I didn't have it, probably because I kept thinking I had it and didn't want to buy another one. But there are 2 versions of almost all modern Belgium coins before the euro. One that calls it Belgique, like this one, and then they speak 2 languages there, so the other spelling of the country is Belgie without the Q. And so there are 2 versions of every coin, so I guess I just had it, but I thought I had it, but I didn't. This one is KM 1481. We have Jamaica. This is an FAO coin from 1990, 1 cent. The FAO, if you've never heard of that, is an organization that would try to convince people to make coins that would suggest people grow more food to help with international food shortages. And so that is something you'll see with a lot of countries, FAO coins that talk about food. Then we have the Falkland Islands with a couple of penguins on it. This is a 1 penny from 1998. The Jamaica cent was KM 64, and the Falkland penny is KM 2A. Next we come to Germany. Now, I will say that Germany might be the most common coin on here, but you can at least say they didn't have like something low value from Canada or Mexico. I guess they didn't even have France on here. So there's a lot of countries that would be a lot easier to come up with than this one. But yeah, this is not as interesting. It's the 1 pfennig. It's not as interesting from the standpoint of you get these all the time if you purchase bulk lots. This one's from 1995 and is KM 105. Moved to Spain. This is a low denomination coin that is actually not seen all that often as a 1 peseta. It's much easier to find the pesetas from the 70s and the 80s. This one is from 1995 and it's a smaller aluminum design, KM 832. We move to Italy. This is, again, it's probably not the easiest coin from Italy to find. But it is the lower value one of a 20 lira. I find the 50s and the 100s all the time. This one's from 1991, and it's KM 972. From Hungary, this one is from 1990, and it's aluminum. It's called the 20 filler coin. It's KM 676. Then we move to Belize, where they have coins that are similar to American coins, although their 1 cent coin here has got a beveled edge to it. It's going to have a picture of Queen Elizabeth on the other side. And this one's from 1991. It's KM 33A. Moving to the next row, we have a coin from El Salvador. This is a 5 centavos coin from 1994, KM 154B. Then from Chile, we have a 1 peso from 1990. It's KM 216.2. Slovenia, there's another Eastern European country that's a little bit harder to find. They have a lot of animals on their coins, and this one is the 20 Stodanov, and it is KM number 8. So here we have Kiribati. This is a very tiny island country out near Australia. So this is a 1 cent. I don't find Kiribati coins all that often, but you will usually find the 1 cent coin, KM1. Then we have Armenia. This is another country that is not far from where the Soviet Union used to be, that has their own alphabet that I don't see anywhere else. And so this one is a 20 Luma coin from 1994, KM52. Moving to the last row, we have this coin from Singapore, and so this coin shows the back of the coin, which a lot of their coins look that way. From this time, it's the 1 cent from 1994, so it's KM98. Moving on to Fiji, where they have a kind of a ceremonial bowl on here. This is another one that would have Queen Elizabeth on the other side. It's from 1992 and KM49A. Then we have Eastern Caribbean states. So this is pretty much all the Caribbean islands that are ruled by the British, and they use one common currency. I had a coworker go to St. Kitts this year, and actually last year for spring break, and so this is the currency that they used in there and all the other neighboring islands. This one is a 2 cents, and they probably included this one because it's square shaped, unlike all of the rest. So this one's from 1996. It's KM2. Then we're going to move to a coin from Egypt, 1 millim. When you flip this one over, it has a couple of different dates on it. 1972 for our calendar, but it also has an Arabic calendar of 1392. So this one is KM 423. And then we're going to finish off with a Philippines coin, a 10 centimos from 1995. That one is KM 270. So who's this product for? Well, this is a kind of a novelty. It is a good starter collection for people who are just interested in just beginning to be interested in foreign coins. It gives you the option of, I mean, it's not that expensive, I suppose. And it gives you the option of, you can place the coins yourself into the book. Like I mentioned, there are a couple that won't hold tight. And for instance, the coin from Zambia, they'd use tape to hold it in. And so I had pulled the tape out, so it keeps falling off. But there are probably others that had been taped in that I never got out. So here it is. For some of them, they do stick in there pretty good, and it took me a lot of effort to try and get them out, which is why I'm not doing it right now. But so this is probably a kind of a nice piece, because for someone that is starting to be interested in foreign cultures or coins, and you can just pull this off the shelf, open it up, and take a look at coins from 50 different places. So it's kind of a neat learning experience too. If you're in it just for the coin collecting, it is a little bit pricey compared to some of the things that you can find on eBay. There are people on eBay that will sell 50 coin lots for about, like I said, $12, $15, $18 or so. But those lots aren't always to be in uncirculated condition like this. But you might get coins which are better than the ones on here. So it's kind of a mix too. I've made lots where there are 500 different coins, and they're not going to be uncirculated, but when you put together that many coins, you're going to get some things that are quite new, and you're going to get some things that date back to the 1800s. And so if you're interested to see if I have anything for sale right now, I've got a link to my eBay store down below. I only make about 5 or 6 lots per year, so get them while you can if you're interested in that kind of thing. So as a serious coin collector, why did I get this? Well, this might surprise you, but I am going to punch all these coins out of here. There are 6 of them that fill holes in my collection. There's another 15 or 20 that are upgrades to the coin in my collection, so they're going to replace some things. By the time I take all those out, half of these are going to be empty, so at that point I might as well just pop all of them out and put the rest of them in my trade pile. And so I don't know what I'm going to do with this book when I do that, but I only had to pay $8 for this collection because I found it on eBay. I suppose that I missed out on the fun of opening the bag and placing all these myself, but that's not something that I really need to do anyway. So, hope you found this video interesting. I am like I've mentioned before, I've been collecting foreign coins for over 20 years, and if you're interested in learning about specific coins and just seeing coins at random from foreign countries, that's what I specialize on this channel, and feel free to check them out. All right, thanks for watching. Bye. Oh, there goes the coin from Zambia again. I should have learned better.